Texas.
Mr. Speaker, I will yield as much time as he may consume to the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Neugebauer.
The gentleman from Texas is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today as the author of H. Resolution 1485 to express support for the designation of September as Prostate Cancer Awareness Month by the House of Representatives. You know, I didn't know much about prostate cancer other than occasionally one of my friends would turn up with that diagnosis. But every year when I went to my health care provider, I went through the normal process of having a digital exam and also taking my PSA, and was pretty religious about doing that, always with the good news of a negative result. Well, that all changed in August of last year when I went for my test, and it was decided that additional testing needed to be done, and so the tests were done, and it was determined that I did in fact have prostate cancer. And once you get cancer, then you get a lot more interested in that subject. And I wanted to share with the folks this evening a little bit about this prostate cancer. Just in 2010 alone, 217,730 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer, and 32,000 men in the United States will die from prostate cancer. 30% of the new diagnoses of prostate cancer will occur in men under the age of 65. Prostate cancer takes one life every 18 minutes. In the next 24 hours, prostate cancer will claim the lives of 83 American men. If a closer relative has prostate cancer, a man's risk of the disease more than doubles. With two relatives, his risk increases 5 times. With 3 close relatives, the risk is about 97%. African American males suffer prostate cancer at a rate of 65% higher than white males, and double the prostate cancer mortality rates of their white counterpart. Obesity is a single predator of severity of prostate cancer and the probability that the disease will lead to death. In fact, high cholesterol levels are strongly associated with advanced prostate cancer. If a man in the United States has one family member diagnosed with prostate cancer, he has a 1 in 3 chance of being diagnosed with prostate cancer. What we learned is that this is a deadly disease, and it affects men. And the survival rates, the good news is once I learned some of those facts, obviously got my attention, but one of the good news is almost 100% of the men diagnosed with prostate cancer will stay alive for at least 5 years. About 90% of the prostate cancer cases found while the cancer is still either local or regionally, nearly 100% of these men will be alive 5 years after being diagnosed. So what's the importance of National Prostate Cancer Awareness Month? Well, it's important to recognize that this is a real health hazard for men, but most importantly, and the good news is, if caught early, treated early, the survival chances are extremely good. And so that's the reason that I decided to bring this resolution before this House and to help bring the awareness to the American people, and particularly men, is that it is important to make sure you get screened and make that a part of your annual physical, and that if you are unfortunate enough to be diagnosed with prostate cancer, that the earlier you detect it, the better your chances of survival and eventual cure are. So I am about to celebrate day after tomorrow on September 30th of 1 year cancer-free. And the reason I'm able to do that, and the reason why I'm able to stand before this body tonight, is because we've got important research going on how to treat this cancer. There's important research going on hopefully someday being able to prevent prostate cancer. But until then, it's important that men get screened, get their tests done, so that they too can stand and say, you know what, I survived prostate cancer. With that, Mr. Speaker, I urge the passage of this bill and urge all men get tested. I yield back.
The gentleman from Texas yields back. The gentleman from New Jersey.
I have no additional speakers. I would yield back the balance of my time and ask for passage of the bill.
Gentleman yields back.